Now, last week I met somebody who really proved to me that I needed to change how I think. I also had 2 interviews this week, and I'll explain how they went in this video. Last week I had a workshop where I made a few friends. One in particular was 10 years older than me, and he was so anxious, shy, and constantly doubted himself. I tried to boost his confidence because he was clearly capable of doing the job. When I spoke to him, he was well articulated and he could formulate sentences pretty well, which was an essential component of this job. But here's the thing, and this is what proved to me about his mindset, was that I was going down the same path, manifesting a bad situation through bad thoughts. It must have been so exhausting for him. His mind was consumed by this idea that he just couldn't do the job. Learning the art of not thinking is such an underrated skill. I'm a chronic overthinker and I've always needed to keep my mind busy. This is why gaming and short form content is so addictive to so many people. This is why ultimately I wasted my 20s too. It's why most people waste their time, whether that's gaming, short form content, drugs, alcohol, whatever their vice is. He was wasting his time and his capability with this easy rationale that he wasn't capable of doing the job. Moving forward, that is not going to be me. Now, one of the interviews was in 2 parts. One part was a group activity. The other was a one-to-one interview with somebody. I nailed that interview. What was interesting about the interview though, was that most companies are transitioning from a waterfall-based ways of working to an agile-based system. I was clearly able to explain the challenges this caused, and the interviewer agreed with me, recognizing the similarities that she was facing within that company. Now, the group activity was really interesting. We basically had to work together to resolve this fake scenario where customers were complaining about an unresolved water bill. The other issue was there was a polluted river, and we were drip fed different scenarios every 5 minutes. I think we had 15 minutes total to come up with a plan. The drip fed scenarios, I believe, were multiple customers complaining about the same thing, and there was an extra complaint about leaking taps. Since we all knew we were being observed, it became a shouting match. My unfair advantage in this situation was that I'm well spoken. This shift from being really quiet to suddenly articulating a well-formed sentence immediately snapped the room's attention to me. I also wrote down on this piece of paper, in fact, I was the only person to write down the steps that I would take to resolve this issue. As I was the only one writing these down, my teammates, who decided to try and be as loud as possible to get the attention of others, were looking at what I was writing down, and it was influencing what they were saying. Thinking back, I could have wrote a lot of bullshit for them to say something that was completely wrong and making me stand out. Ultimately, the nuance to the fact that I was writing something down whilst my teammates wasn't, was also getting the attention of the people at the company. In fact, they noticed the fact that I was the only one writing stuff down. I also do believe that with a well-formulated sentence, you can metaphorically polish a turd. Just look at our politics. Anyway, the second interview that I had this week was for a digital marketing apprenticeship role. And this is the one that I really want. This role would expose me to different marketing strategies, right? So SEO, content creation, email marketing, and eventually I'll get to specialize in one of these roles after that year as an apprentice to see what was my SME, what am I good at, and ultimately, what do I enjoy? In my spare time though, I'm not waiting to get an apprenticeship. Coursera, I managed to get a Coursera account sponsored by the Department of Work and Pensions in the UK, and so I've been taking full advantage. These courses are supposed to take months each. I managed to finish the foundational digital marketing and e-commerce course, which is provided by Google as well, and so I'm moving on to the main one, and I'm also doing the Google Analytics one this week. I've also wrote down this Notion map of what type of jobs I could expect as a digital marketer. It's this massive, almost bingo card really, which I've been using to figure out what I might end up doing after that year, and I'll take a screenshot and put it on this video. Whatever happens, whether I get a job or not, I'll be building my own thing at the same time. These Google certificates are really good to help bulk up anyone's CV really, but especially mine because my education kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, if no one hires me, I need to do my own thing as well. That brings me though to the future of this channel. You don't need to be a digital marketer to realize that not many people are interested in my job search journey. For those who are following though, or doing the Discord and stuff like that, I'll keep you guys updated, but it won't be the focus of my channel. Being the fact that my USP is my authenticity and honesty to you guys on this channel, I want to shift that into something more valuable for both myself and my viewers. That is the immortal realm of wealth creation on YouTube. I already follow an interesting mix of influencers regarding this, so you can think of like Alex Hormozy to Eckhart Tolle. The spectrum is wide. And I've also got plenty of first-hand experiences of what not to do. But what's interesting is that I know a lot of rich people, and I know how they failed and succeeded to get to where they are. One of my problems that I've had is my indecisiveness, and when I look at a market, I do some analysis and they all seem saturated, don't they? And if you feel the same, you're not wrong. But the thing is, it's a mindset. The existence of a market also means there's a demand for it, and demand means opportunity. In a way, it's like, I always think of this German philosopher, but I can never say his name. Friedrich Nietzsche, but his concept of eternal reoccurrence always comes to my mind. It's basically this fact that the same ideas, well, it's not a fact, but it's this concept that the same ideas cycle over and over throughout history, but each iteration of that idea gives it a chance to become refined, improved, and you can make it your own. So moving forward, I'll be sharing my experiences on how I'm going to build wealth online, as well as improve the mental tenacity to do so. No fluff and no BS. If you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button. I want to be making 10 grand a month within the next 3 years, and I'm going to share with you guys exactly how I'm going to do it, and I'm going to include all the wins and the failures too. You can also join my newsletter to follow me along, where I do a deep dive of my personal thoughts and experiences along on this journey. Everything from personal reflections to practical advice. You'll get access to all the guides I'm using, the templates, the copywriting frameworks, marketing strategies, Notion templates, GIMP tips, and all the AI tools combined. Plus anything that I mentioned on my YouTube channel, all the things that I'm doing, I will find it a lot easier, well, I'm already finding it a lot easier, to break these down into granular steps on my newsletter. It will be a place where you can find everything that I do in one place. Hope that's useful, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support along the way so far. Cheers.